This show is brought to you by BetUs.com. Sign up now using my link and you'll get a 125% sign up bonus on your first 3 deposits plus 10% gambler's insurance. More opportunities to bet, more chances to win, and you get a fair payout with your winnings. BetUs, where the game begins. Over the weekend, during his 7-on-7 football camp, former NFL MVP, star quarterback Cam Newton was involved in a scuffle during his, during his 7-on-7 football camp in his hometown, Atlanta. It was following the 7-on-7 matchup where a few former business associates, of his sponsor and a few others got into a altercation. Matter of fact, let me pull up the video here. And Cam had to restrain a couple of the attackers. I'm going to blow this up for you. Here it is right here. And Cam was just pulling off, was just throwing a lot of those dudes off. That dude was looking like Thor out there. Now, most people don't know what the assault, what the whole scuffle was about. But one of the former associates made a little video before the scuffle broke out saying that he was better than Cam and Cam couldn't beat him. It was just saying all kind of insulting things. Turns out that he was one of the former business partners of the sponsor, which is called Top Shelf Performance, which does a lot of sports sponsorships for football camps around the country. Now, no one knows what the dispute was about or why it happened. But this don't make any sense. I mean, Cam seems like a good dude. Now, has he been perfect on things? No, but when it comes to stuff like this, it seems like his heart is in the right place. And all this man was trying to do is go back to his hometown, go back to communities who don't get the opportunity to go to these expensive football camps due to the fact that, a lot of inner city parents can't afford it due to the fact, they have some economic issues. So Cam is trying to bring this to them and show them, trying to teach them how to be, his camp, is trying to teach them how to be disciplined, also how to take directions, how to be a leader, and also prepare them for lessons outside of the field. But then you got a lot of these idiots who were grown men, by the way. A lot of people have assumed these were teenagers, but these were grown men, getting into it at a football camp. I mean, like, come on, really? You gonna do this at a football camp in front of these kids where you're supposed to be mentoring them, showing them leadership, how to be an example in the community as well as for their families, and you're doing this BS? Come on. Y'all wouldn't do this crap at no Peyton Manning camp, Eli Manning camp, Tom Brady camp, or even an Aaron Rodgers camp. And I have my issues with Aaron Rodgers. Or you wouldn't be doing this at a Brett Favre, a.k.a. Brett Favre, the welfare king with the Burger King hat on. You wouldn't be doing that at his camp either. But you do this at his camp? Like, come on. What kind of crap is that? You know, and I was telling this to a coworker of mine earlier today that it seems like now these adults are nothing but little ass kids, and these kids are just little adults. And you wonder why you can't tell a lot of these kids today nothing, and how they look at us as a joke, because they be like, look at what y'all doing. What can you tell me? In some ways, I can't blame them, because we're dropping the ball, because we're doing crap like this. It's like, come on, man. This guy's trying to do something good for the community. He's trying to bring something to his hometown. He knows there's a lot of kids in his hometown of Atlanta that had football dreams like he did when he was a kid and can't go to these big football camps. So he said, hey, I'm going to bring it to my community. I'm going to bring it to my hometown. So, you know, these kids won't feel left out or feel like, you know, that they don't got the proper, you know, prepping to get looked at by these college scouts or these high school football scouts just because they're not at the camps where a lot of them are going to be. But you see them, but then you got some of these grown folks that sit up and ruin it for these kids. It's like, come on, it's not about you. Your days are over. It's these kids' time now. Stop living through your kids. You know, that just made me upset. And yeah, I wouldn't blame Cam if he didn't bring it back, or if he does, instead of just having security, have a bunch of off-duty cops there. But I think Cam his heart is in the right place, and I think he's going to do this again. I don't think it's going to deter him from wanting to do that for the community. But in some ways, I can't blame him. It's like, man, when are we going to get it, you know, as a black community? Like, come on, it just shows that to me, that video shows the level of jealousy and self-hate we got for each other. And that stuff needs to stop.